Alright, today we're going to show you how to make a dental crown using the exocad software. Initially, you select the tooth and you select anatomic crown, and then you select the material. Here we're using wax. Then you also select the antagonist tooth. So you click on antagonist and you press OK. Now you select the adjacent teeth, select it on both sides. You can press Control and it'll pick out the same tooth. After applying the option, you hit Save and then you hit Design. Now after loading it, we loaded the dental project. You can select these one by one, or you can just load a dental project. Now you orient it so it's upright, and then after that, what you want to do is you want to select the margin line. You can do this by pressing in 4 different places. That was an error by me, sorry. So you press, this is already like perfect margin line, so the computer very easily selects it. Then what you can do is you can also turn on the lantern, and what this does, it helps you finalize the margin line. So in this case, if you hit turn on, right, and what you can do is you can move it around, and that way you can see where the margin line is going to be placed. So after selecting the margin line, you hit next, and now it will create the crown bottoms for you. After doing that, what you do is you select the angulation. uh, In this case, what we want to do is we want to prevent any undercuts from forming. So after doing that, you hit next, and here it shows you the gap, and it also shows you, so here it shows you the gap, the cement gap that you want to keep, and it also shows you the distance you want to keep from the margin. So I just selected 2 mm, 0.2 mm, sorry, and just like that, 0.8 for the margin. Now it creates a tooth for you, and what you have to do in this case now is just rotate the tooth and position it in such a way that it looks like the natural tooth. So you can see here there's a lingual side and there's a buccal side, and now I'm just placing the tooth how I would in a normal patient. You can also select from the tooth library the different types of teeth, and in this case I just kept the generic type. Here you can see that I'm still going to adjust it. I'm bringing it towards the buccal side more, and also adjusting the lingual side. And I'm going to also increase the width of it. And just like this, we're going to completely fix the tooth in its proportions and correctly position it as well. Now we're checking with the antagonist to make sure the occlusal height is right. We check the buccal and distal grooves as well, and we position it in a correct bite position. You can remove the antagonist by pressing A, and now we're checking from the facial aspect, and from every aspect we have to check it. Now we hit cut intersections, or hit next, and it cuts intersections for you. Now here what we can do is, in places where there's deficient, so we can add, and if there's places which seem rough, we can also smoothen. And there are also presets where you can hit cusps, as I've done here. You hit shift plus the middle mouse button to make it translucent. And now, as you can see, I'm fixing the crowns. I made this also translucent, and I'm going to position the cusps of the teeth in a proper position. So you want to do this for all of the cusps. And the places where it shows the blue color, it shows that there is contact between the teeth. So on the occlusal surface, there's going to be a contact present. So what you want to do is you want to keep those to a minimum. Then you can hit on the ridge and or tooth parts, and these all like move the tooth in whatever position you want. And the cusps, again, I selected them, just fixing the cusps here. Then the ridge, you can raise the ridge or lower the ridge, or you can hit the entire tooth or tooth parts, whichever you prefer, and that way you can fine tune the adjustments to make it absolutely perfect. Then you hit next, and or you hit cut intersection, sorry. And then what you can do is you can go to free mode, and here you have add or remove. So to add, you press the left mouse button, and to remove, you can press shift plus left mouse button. And if you want to smoothen it, you can also smoothen it slightly, or if you want to smoothen it quickly, you can press shift plus the smooth button, I mean left mouse button, and that will really make it nice and smooth. Now you can increase the strength by pressing control and the mouse wheel upwards, and you can also do that by pressing shift. You can the strength, you can do that, and the size you can change it by pressing shift and doing the uh, mouse wheel. You can put it up or down to make it stronger, or like increase the strength, or to increase the size. Control for strength, and for size you press shift. Now over here we're making the contact points to a minimum. You don't want to have too big contact points. Just want to have it in the exact position that you normally would have. And then you can smoothen out or remove any very deep ridges that would then cause caries. And here I'm just smoothing it, just making it a bit less deep. Now with the bigger brush, we're doing that as well. Now by pressing shift, I can make some artificial grooves. And if you ever mess up, you can just press Control plus C, it redoes the action. I mean, it undoes the action. Here I'm just making some grooves by myself. Something that I think would look very good and natural. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and smoothen it out so it's not very deep. This gives a nice look of the natural tooth. And we're just gonna smoothen out all the surfaces. And if you can't see between the teeth, you can press the shift and control, but here we're done. And now what we can do is we can go and hit either true smile or we can get the color coding. And to do this, what you want to do is you want to hit your right mouse button or you want to go to tools and you can select from there. We're basically done already. But if you want to visualize how it would look in the actual patient, so you can hit tools and you can go down and go all the way down to the select tooth color. And over here, this I've selected A2, but finally I think I'm going to settle for B2 because usually in posterior teeth we select a bit of a darker shade to match the corresponding tooth as well. Now I've selected the tooth color, but I didn't know where the OK button was because the screen DPI was small. So then after readjusting the screen DPI, now look at how beautiful that looks. It looks like a complete natural tooth, and there you have it.